What up everybody, welcome to another video, Marcelian here. Today we're going to talk about Battle for Azeroth once again. Because yesterday we had the Q&A and also we had the launch of the pre-purchase option. So now you can go ahead, launch your Blizzard client and pre-order Battle for Azeroth to gain access to the quests and storylines and the rep grind to unlock the allied races. And you know, that's all cool, fine and dandy. But the elephant in the room, for me at least, was the solo queue. Now I gotta say man, I was really happy and proud for the PvP community because they spammed the hell out of that chat with solo queue everywhere. They couldn't ignore it anymore. So Ian has addressed this. Now I gotta say, it wasn't what I expected. It was quite disappointing and the issues that he raised were so cliche, and honestly what he said over there, for me at least, some stuff didn't make any sense, and some stuff in my opinion is actually a solution to a bigger problem, right? So I was disappointed, man, and I don't know, I'm hoping that the PvP community will raise the voice even higher to address this and get this goddamn system into World of Warcraft PvP. It's so good, it can do so much good. I'm 100% behind solo queue, and I gotta give props to Savix for starting this whole movement and getting everybody in with the system. But you know, enough ranting. Let's go ahead and see what the notes say, okay? I'm not gonna throw in the live Q&A, everybody can see that, plus you know, copyright reasons and all of that, but we do have all of the notes on MMO Champion, and let's check them out. So solo queue is unlikely to be in Battle for Azeroth. Disappointing. If you could solo queue, it will blur the distinction between ranked PvP and regular PvP. And get the fuck out of here, man. I mean, seriously, how would it blur the distinction between ranked PvP and regular PvP? I mean, you're saying that if you put in solo queue, you will not have the option to play ranked with a team anymore, or not, you know, not be able to join skirmishes. I mean, or people will not do that. They will only do solo queue and they'll not understand which is which. Or what are you saying, man? I mean, ranked team PvP will still be a thing. I know if I have the solo queue option, for me, who I do much more PvP than anything else, I'm gonna play team rank with the people I normally play, and when they're not available, I'm going to solo queue. That's it. And I'm going to skirmishes if I'm not feeling in the mood to, you know, play rank, play a bit more seriously. I mean, I don't understand this. It will be another cool ass option for this whole weakened and forgotten PvP side of World of Warcraft. This thing does not make any sense for me. It will blur the distinction between ranked PvP and regular PvP. Come on, man. It doesn't make any sense. But anyways, let's go even further over here. So, in other games that have solo queue, there's a lot more flexibility to change your composition. WoW isn't really as flexible. No shit. And why is that? Why do you think is that? Because we only have, in ranked at least, the 3v3 and 2v2, which guess what? Everybody plays what works. Everybody plays the flavor of the month. Everybody plays the composition that has worked for them for seasons and seasons and seasons. Okay? Nobody wants to risk it. And it's normal. High-rated players will always play their, you know, usual comp to stay up there. And after 2k plus, let's say, nobody will want to switch their composition because they have a formula that wins. Guess what will solo queue will do? It will actually open the freaking gates for a lot more diversity within the comps, a lot more diversity with talents and all of that. It's beautiful. Solo queue would produce a frustrating experience. This is really, dude, tell me a PvP game or mode that does not create a frustrating experience. It's part of the whole package. Every PvP game creates that. And it's, I mean, you gotta be mature about this, man. It can get frustrating. Every game, and I'm not even referring to World of Warcraft. Any PvP game, any game you would face another human being can get frustrating. Because you can lose, you can have a strategy that fucks up, you can get disconnects. There's a lot of elements that will create the frustration. But guess what? Out of that comes the strive to improve, to play better, to, you know, research, to get even more grind into it. I mean, that's the whole reason, for me at least, not the whole reason, but one of the big ass reasons I play these arenas, because I know if I'm gonna lose like 5 games in a row, something has to change. It will make my mind work. Hey man, something is not right. Let me try this, let me try that. This is beautiful. Why would this be a problem if it will create a frustrating experience? Especially that already you have a frustrating experience. I mean, think about only for the fact that you will not be able to find now in the present day too many people who are actually willing to play arenas with you. You only have the looking for group option, and over there you either have really high rated players who are not really interested in the low class, in the, you know, low rated players, which sucks because you lose a lot of potential from that, and you have a lot of people who really suck. So if you go into solo queue, you have this option like to find, especially you have the option to play with high rated players, you never know, and you have the option to play with low rated players, but who have potential. So I can see it only as a positive. Also, he said, playing with partners adds a lot of depth and social interaction. I agree with that. Nobody said that after solo queue they will just drop their whole friend list, the people they play with for years maybe, and they'll just solo queue, okay? And to counteract that, think about it like this. Your partners are on vacation or out of the country, they cannot play. So you go ahead and solo queue. And you find people that are actually decent. And you whisper them and you get them into Discord. Is that not social? I mean, this can improve on the social aspect of, let's face it, World of Warcraft overall. Because there is a problem for years now with World of Warcraft social stuff. Everything is so instant and queue up now and nobody talks and stuff. It's ridiculous. This is a big issue for WoW. But a solo queue would actually be a solution to this. At least for the PvP spectrum. So all the shit that he raised is actually a solution to a bigger problem. No, this is how I see it, okay? They said that the team would like to make it easier and more accessible to get into these rated PvP formats. And this was kind of correlated with the 6v6 rated battlegrounds. But if you're saying this, make it easier and more accessible for people to get into these PvP formats, and I'm assuming he's referring to ranked PvP, what better option than solo queue, man? What better option? You can find people that are good, you can find people that are bad. You will get the frustrating moments when you lose, when you know people don't play well. It's part of the whole deal. Bring it. But everything that he addressed was disappointing. I was expecting something else because I really appreciated Ian as a hostess for a long time now since he's been on the World of Warcraft wagon. But this is so disappointing, man. I mean, just, you know, fire after fire. I mean, and everything that he raised for me doesn't make any sense, really. Cool thing is that, I mean, it's not all negative. Sorry for the rant, but you know, I'm 100% about the solo queue, man. Okay, one thing that was positive regarding the PvP side of things is with the honor talents. Now, he did say that there are honor talents that aren't competitive in their roads, and they also feel like a barrier to entry rather than a reward, which I agree. I mean, if you like have 3 alts or 2 alts or whatever, it's kind of retarded because you will be like playing without a leg if you don't have the PvP talents. It's fair enough. So they're saying here that you may get to pick 3 honor talents out of a pool of many talents with a 4th slot reserved for trinket customization. This would give you more flexibility. Agree. A bigger pool to choose from, plus the 4th row for whatever CC stuff. It's excellent. This is positive. I love this. This would be good. Solo queue though, it's enough for now. I'm sorry, I ranted a bit, but I was really disappointed. So, you know, just take it or leave it. I don't know how many of you guys out there play arenas or, you know, just PvP in general, but I'm really curious to know what you guys think about this. I mean, do you think solo queue is a good idea? Do you think that what he raised as an issue is viable and stands its ground? Really curious, man. I mean, you know my opinions now. I'm really curious to know yours, so throw them out in the comment, okay? Thank you for watching. Peace.